In this bass lesson, I've got 7 pentatonic exercises for you, 3 minor, 3 major, and then 1 combined. So here's the first one. I'm choosing to play it that fast. You can slow it right down like this. What we're doing here is we're really concentrating on alternate plucking and the timing with your fretting hand as well, using 1 finger per fret. I'll break that down now. So I'll slow it down, index, middle, all the way. We have 2 notes on every single string, and that lends itself very nicely to IM, that's index, and then middle, all the way. A little bit faster. Try to keep your technique as efficient as possible. So with the plucking, I'm not really doing too much. I'm not really plucking too far into the string. Always getting ready with that index for the next string in this case. So index, middle, and then that index is flying onto the next string to get there in time. Same with the fretting hand fingers really. The little finger is already there, hovering over that 8th fret, the C. All my fingers are really close to the fretboard. And we've just got this pattern here. This is a minor pentatonic shape, just in this particular position here. You can actually take these exercises and move them around and use your own thing. I'm just playing randomly through those notes. So as I said, if you need to play it slow, slow it right down, no problem. Let's go to exercise 2. Without a drum beat or a metronome, you might not know what's going on with that one, so let's put one in now. That's at 120 beats per minute, but again, slow it down. So we've got 2 16th notes tied to an 8th note. Da-da-da, that's that rhythm. Then we have a rest. So if you're counting, which I suggest you do, tap your foot, nod your head, however you want to do it. Rest, rest. And those 2 E's right there, they're on the and, or the second half of beat 2. So it's 1, 2, and there. I would say don't use a metronome or a drum beat when you're getting something together like this. It's just a bit too much. Just find the notes first, find the good way to hold the bass and make sure your fingers are doing the right thing, and then do bring something in so that you can work on your timing. Exercise 3, let's play that with the drum beat. That one sounds a little bit more like an actual proper bass line. So we've got A. And this second beat, there's a lot going on here. The beat lands on a rest, and then the second 16th note is a ghost note. That's that cross there. It's a bit awkward there. Again, you really need to know where your beats are. That's counting. So it's 1, 2, and it's there with the ghost note. With the ghost note, I'm using more than 1 finger to touch that E string, so I don't get any harmonics like this. Just a completely dead note before you get to. I'll do that where that beat 2 is. And then everything else is on the ands of all the beats, the second half or the off beats. So if you're tapping your foot, 1 and when your foot comes up, that's the off beat. You can download this PDF for free following the link below. Now we've got 3 more that are C major pentatonic. A minor pentatonic, C major pentatonic, they contain the same notes, they're related. And that really hits home in the 7th and final exercise, but let's do this one first. This one is a bit of a stretch. If it's too much, just move the C from the 3rd fret of the A string and go to the 8th fret and just do the same pattern. The frets are a little narrower here, so it's a little easier on the stretch, but it's quite good to work on that hand stretch. I can feel it going on here. Still, we've got the index middle going on, strictly alternate plucking. And I'm working on that 1 finger per fret, where every single finger is allocated a fret right next to each other. So we're going fingers 2, then 4, 1, then 4, and then 1 again. Very good workout for this little finger. Keep everything nice and smooth, no gaps between notes. You can speed it up if it's too easy, or slow it down. Next one, we have a slightly different way of playing this. So I'm using this shape, which I really like. That's 5 notes. That's the C major pentatonic. C, D, E, G, and A. Great thing about that shape is that it works on any major chord, and you can move that shape around accordingly. So let's say you had a chord progression that was C to F. You can use that shape. Let's go back to this and do it slowly. There's the C and then there's a shift. I'm using 1st finger and then shifting to 3rd finger on the E on the 7th fret A string. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. With the drum beat. So there's a little bit of shifting going on. You can, of course, do whatever fingering patterns work for you. So you can use your little finger if you want. In this case, you're stretching out the 1st finger to get to the C. Add a little slide in if you want, but actually, we've got that coming up. Exercise 6, there's a slide. It goes like this. It sounds like a soul or R&B bass line because those patterns are used a lot in that style of music. We have a C again. And there's that rest again on beat 2. So you're counting 1, 2, and. That's where you're hitting the next note. This is the E. And that's a slide from below. So I'm sliding using, well, if I play the C on the 1st, using the 1st finger, my 3rd finger is naturally hovering over the D. So that's where I'm going to slide from. And it's like that. 1, 2, and. That's the rhythm. So you get your 3rd finger, place it down, make sure it doesn't come up, otherwise the slide will stop. So you slide right into that E. And then you've got a G and A, frets 5 to 7 of the D string. And this is all coordination, really, isn't it? In the final exercise, I combine 2 of the bass lines from before, because as I mentioned before, the C major pentatonic, everything can be played over a C major chord, and the A minor pentatonic over an A minor chord, they fit together. So that would sound like this. Now, since the C starting on the 3rd fret of the A string, you might want to move that to the 8th fret of the E string. So start off maybe like this. And return to that C using the little finger. It's entirely up to you. Now, as a final bonus, what you could do is use a couple of the shapes. I'll stick that in the PDF with the link below too. You can just use whatever you like, do whatever you like using any of these shapes. So you could take, for example, 1 bar of C, going to 1 bar of A minor, and do anything. So use a C major pentatonic shape for the first bar, and then A minor for the second bar. So let's use the drum beat for this. Finding things there. So all I'm doing is a C major pentatonic thing over that first bar, and then an A minor pentatonic thing over the second one. That's how I write exercises and bass lines, and just by understanding, what notes fit. And then it's all about creating something that sounds good, and that's just creativity. That's why I like working on these things, especially with the drum beat. This is a very random drum beat. I'm actually using this one in the following lesson. I completely forgot about it until then, but it will do. You can use anything, or a metronome, all good. I hope you enjoyed that mini lesson. If you did, please give the channel a subscribe, the video a like. There's plenty more coming just like this. If you did like this one, well, you'll like this one too. Thanks very much. See you next time.